Welcome, Rich Rebel fans, out here to St. Joseph High School. We're out here covering some basketball between the Jayhawks of St. Joseph and the Rich Rebels of Rich High School out in Rich County. Straight from Randolph, the boys will be going ahead and starting first today. We initially had conflicting reports whether or not we're going to be seeing the girls first at 5:30 or the boys first. I'm here to tell you that if you're here to watch the boys varsity, it will be starting approximately 10-15 minutes after the conclusion of this JV game here. Currently, JV up 47-27 against the Jayhawks here. The Rich Rebels have come in, played a fantastic game as they're playing the Jayhawks very tough here in Ogden, Utah, the beautiful campus as nestled right underneath the mountains. I mean, it is absolutely stunning to see. This campus has great history. As you can see on the opposite wall, we have many championships dating all the way back from what I can see here. Boys basketball region champions all the way back in 1967. It's an illustrious history for the Jayhawks here as we are part of the Gary Tusher CPA in Montpelier pregame show. Have your taxes prepared by a professional that understands personal, business, and agricultural taxes. We're going to go ahead, hear from Gary Tusher. We'll go ahead, keep it here for the remainder of this JV game as Weston there is going to get a Charlie horse. He's going to get whacked right there. He's going to be hobbling around as here comes an inbounds pass underneath the basket, underneath the Rich Rebel basket. Oh, this is the Jayhawks basket here. Rebels on offense. Back up to the top, Weston kicking it out there to the left side. Back out to the left short corner, up to the top. Swinging to and from and all around. Loose ball picked up at midcourt by the Jayhawks. Secondary fast break up and good with the right hand. Now 20. This is 31-47 with about a minute 20 left here in the fourth quarter. The Rich Rebels will probably walk away from this one. I feel like it's pretty safe to say as the JV will handle the Jayhawks in the JV squad here. As that ball goes out of bounds underneath the basket, a turnover on the Rich Rebels. Thank you for joining us here on 98.3 KADQ, as well as on mylocalradio.com. We'll go ahead, take a quick break. Hopefully we'll come back for the conclusion of this JV game. Catch you up as to the notes coming into this St. Joseph matchup between the Rich Rebels and the Jayhawks. Thank you for joining us here in Ogden, Utah. This is a 98.3. We're live on 98.3. A Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports on 98.3 as well as online at mylocalradio.com.
Early Oregon-bound immigrants traveled through the Bear Lake Valley. U.S. Highway 30 basically follows the Oregon Trail. Many wagon trains stopped at Thomas L. Pegleg Smith Trading Post, located near Dingle, Idaho, for supplies. One traveler wrote of camping along Cotton Line Bear River, watching grass as tall as a man wave in the wind. Today, you don't have to ride in a wagon to visit Bear Lake Valley, but the rich history is still here to enjoy. Visit bearlake.org for more information.
Wyoming is unique. When it comes to high school sports, we might travel 6 hours to a game, but when we get there, we know the other team, their parents, and the coaches. Wyoming is like one small town with really long streets. When your travels take you to Evanston, always stay with your friends at the Best Western Dunmar Inn. Clean, comfortable rooms, a restaurant serving healthy, delicious food, and breakfast is always included. If you're bringing the team or following the team, stay with us every time you're in Evanston. The Best Western Dunmar Inn.
Welcome back, Rich Rebel fans. A buzzer beater by the Jayhawks and the final score of 36-47. A win for the Rich Rebels in the JV department out here in Ogden, Utah. Beautiful campus, St. Joseph. Friends here of the Rich Rebels. We're going to be playing against each other for the first time in both programs. Both boys and girls saw each other in 2016 and 2017, respectively. Thank you for joining us here online or over the airwaves as we're going to get ready, have the scene set today. Jayhawks face a unique situation with their school. As many people know, it's a religiously affiliated school. It's open enrollment with UHSAA. It's quite common to have a huge amount of turnover when it comes to athletes, both in the boys and the girls program. So you're going to be seeing a very young squad for both the boys and the girls. The girls actually with probably the youngest squad out here in competing at the high school level. They have an entire team full of freshmen as well as only 2 juniors, no seniors, no sophomores on the team. It is quite interesting for the girls department. As for the boys, a few seniors on the team: Bjorn Mortensen, Cannon Randall, Mike Sue, Jackson Harper. Those are your seniors for the boys, as they are led by head coach Jamal Jenkins, athletic director Alex Salvo, principal Clay Jones as well. Don't forget the assistant coaches, Adam Jones and Mario Prito. We're getting ready for the boys coming up soon. The Jayhawks, again, have great talent in the underclass, especially in the girls department. We're going to be seeing the boys first, as they they just told us recently that they're going to be switching the times. They're going to be flip-flopping the games for the boys and the girls. Both will be online, and over the airways we'll be covering both of them. So immediately after the boys game, we're going to go ahead and cover the girls game immediately right after that. Currently, our graphics right now are for the girls, because that's what we were expecting about 5 minutes ago. But instead, it will be the boys. The boys hold a very similar record as to the girls. They're kind of at a point that they're 2-5 overall, with wins over Merit Prep and Freedom Prep. They also took Telos to overtime, but lost by 3. Head coach Jamal Jenkins is the head coach for both the boys and the girls for the Jayhawks for the time speaking. He has done an amazing job being here. He's been with the boys for about 3 years, and it's going to be his first time leading the girls. He's doing double duty. We'll dive into that a little bit more throughout our broadcast, especially for the girls program. We'll talk more about head coach Jamal Jenkins, an outstanding interview and a great man. We're going to go ahead and hear from him in just a moment's time, as we're now part of our scene set today. As we're getting everything ready. This is our J-Bar excavation scene set, the team, the tools, and the experience to get the job done. J-Bar excavation in Randolph. Stop in today. You're tuned into a Gary Tusher CPA pregame show, and this has been your J-Bar excavation scene set. When we come back, we're going to go ahead and visit with Coach Principal Larson, and we're going to go ahead and hear from him, touching up a little bit as to how the school's going this winter season. You're listening to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports on 98.3 The Wildlife.
Atlas Home Care and Hospice provides skilled nursing and physical therapy services in your home in Rich County. In-home service providers include Natalie Cornea, Kylie Argyle, Brady Stokes, and Bradley Holmes. Call Atlas Home Care and Hospice today.
They say the 3 most important things in life for many people are their faith, their family, and their high school sports. And not necessarily in that order. Advertise where you'll get noticed. Call My Local Radio and become a sports advertiser today. Welcome back, Rich Rebel fans, out here to Ogden, Utah, the campus of St. Joseph, home of the Jayhawks. Welcome back to the Gary Tusher CPA pregame show as well. Always great to hear from him as we get ready now for our outstanding student interview. Not really a student today, but rather administration, touching up as to how the school is going along. Let's go ahead, hear from Coach Rick Larson immediately after this, No, we're going to go ahead and dip right into it. Thank you for being so patient here on 98.3. Let's go ahead, hear from Coach Rick Larson, touching up as to how the school's going and what's in store for winter break. Coach Larson, let's go ahead. Welcome, Rich Rebel fans, here to the Coach's Corner and Rebel on Record. We are joined here with Coach and Principal Larson of Rich High School. We're going to be touching up a little bit as to how the school's doing, seeing where everybody's at, and just kind of getting a glimpse into Rich High School. Principal Larson, first of all, how the heck are you? Are you ready for the holidays?
Hey, doing great. Yeah, we're always ready for the holidays. It's a great time of year, though. Winter sports are cranking. We're busy. Kids are really, really busy gearing up to the holidays, but that's kind of why it makes it a little special. Give them a little time off, spend some time with families, do maybe a little vacation things here and there. So, yeah. But, yeah, right now, school's cranking. Kids are doing great, but very, very busy.
Principal Larson, we're excited to be covering winter sports right now. We're in the thick of it right now in terms of basketball. I mean, quite frankly, this week we've got 3 games for the boys, 2 games for the girls. I have the biggest problem in being pulled 1,000 different directions. Not enough Rich Rebel sports going on right now. As the principal and as kind of like the leader of all these kids, how do you feel like everybody's doing this winter in terms of athletics right now?
Overall, our programs are running great. It's hard to gauge your programs by simply wins and losses. Oftentimes we look at how our kids are doing, and if you get in the hallways and there's still a lot of excitement going on. We had a rough weekend, busy weekend. Both the ball teams have scheduled some pretty tough schedules to start out this year. On the boys and girls side of things, the wrestlers have been going up against some pretty stiff competition. We've also got a girls wrestling team, about 13 of them this year, and everyone's doing real well. If you come and walk the halls, everyone's upbeat. They're supportive. Our kids, our fan sections, if you come in the gym, we have a great fan section. Whether we're winning, whether we're losing, they're behind our kids. Our cheerleaders do a great job. Our advisors there. So, great pep band as well. So if you want.
That was Coach Principal Rick Larson. We'll hear the rest of the interview as part of our girls' production later on after the boys play today. Let's go ahead and dip into our interview with Coach Lex Cornea. This is the Gary Tusher CPA pregame show. Special thanks to the town of Woodruff, the mayor, and town council for letting me be available to interview such amazing people out there in Rich County to go ahead and touch up as to how the school is going. Our pregame coaches show brought to you by T7 Propane in Woodruff. For all your propane needs, call 435-793-4208. Let's go ahead, hear from Coach Cornea as we're trying to get everything up and prepped and ready to go. Coach Cornea and I met recently and touched up as to how the Bridger Valley tournament went. Let's go ahead, hear from him. Welcome, Rich Rebel fans, here to the Coach's Corner. I'm joined here in a moment's time with head coach Lex Cornea. Coach, we're coming right out of the Bridger Valley tournament. I think there's a lot of questions on a lot of people's minds. I think one of the more pressing ones is how is Hayden Weston doing? How's his shoulder? And hopefully, is he getting well?
Yeah, Hayden separated his shoulder. It's not a severe separation. So no surgery required, which is great news for us and him. He also got a concussion, though, on that charge, and that's something that they're just going to have to keep evaluating. And obviously we won't have him this week, which that's okay. It's early, but he will be back. And concussions, he has had a couple, but we're just being really cautious with it and waiting for doctor clearance. But the shoulder, which the shoulder can be a 3-4 month, if there's surgery, and to hear that that's just a mild separation that, just needs to be in a sling for a little bit. We will definitely have him back on the floor, I anticipate, post-Christmas.
Coach, we're getting done with the Bridger Valley tournament. We're glad that we went out there. What do you feel as though was the biggest difference between what you saw against the Telos Titans and what you saw with the team at the Bridger Valley tournament, or was there a difference?
In us, I don't think there was a huge difference. I think that was just quality of opponent. Big Piney's ranked 4th in 2A. Kemmer, I believe, is ranked in 2A, fairly high. And Lyman, even though they're the smallest 3A school in that classification, I think they're going to play for it. I think Warland is the only team that's really in their way. So when you look at schedules there, without a doubt, I think we had the toughest schedule of the tournament with those 3 teams, and that's good for us. And I know in Utah, RPI, it's not like you get these preseason games to get your feet under you, and it's okay to go stretch yourself. But I'm so glad that we did it. Our guys played quality opponents, each of them different. Big Piney with their quickness, Kemmer with their size, and then Lyman just being a complete team. I don't think that we'll face that high a quality opponent until late in the state tournament, and some of our region opponents are good, and I think those games prepare us for that type of an opponent much better than other teams we could have gone and played. And the record doesn't look as good as it could have if we had scheduled some different teams, but I was really happy with our weekend, and I know our kids grew.
Coach, we had quality opponents that we faced, and we're sure that they're going to have much success later on as the season goes. Coming back and looking introspectively inward, what can the team do, and what's the first thing that we're going to improve upon this week?
Well, we looked young, and when you have sophomores and even freshmen at time, lots of juniors on the floor, the reps at varsity speed just haven't been there yet, and that's part of the learning process. But obviously, we need to execute better under pressure. Big Piney was an example of that. We're going down the stretch. We've been in the lead most of the game, and just executing, doing simple things when it's a high pressure moment that matters. Same thing in some of the other games when we have intense man pressure, ball pressure on us. It's one thing to run against stuff in practice, and you tell freshmen to get up on these seniors, pressure them. But it's just a different type of pressure when, the Bradshaw kid from Lyman is the one who's contesting you at the rim or is up denying your pass. So just that kind of varsity speed and executing against it is something that we need to get better at. But overall, I was very happy with our effort. I tell you what, we play hard. And that's something they need to take from this is that, despite the fact that Lyman was clearly, a better team than we were at this point of the season, but we played very, very hard against them, and if teams play hard, that's a hill that some teams never get over in a season. And the fact that we kind of have that established, just our effort and scrappiness. I don't know if we lost a 50-50 ball this weekend. Those balls that go on the floor and you don't know who's going to get them. We got more than our share of those, and that type of effort, that's something you can build on. Knowing that this week, for instance, we're not going to see a team as good as Lyman. Or Kemmer for that matter, with their size. So hopefully kids take some confidence from it. We'll look at the stuff we need to address this week, and we'll get to it and clean up. And next week's a new week. So
always a new week coming up. Coach, we appreciate the time. One last question before we let you go here. We already had one look at Telos right now. What is the one thing that you want to see different in terms of what you saw last?
Well, that was a little bit of a touch-up as to the Telos Titans. If you may or may not know, the game against Telos and Rich was rescheduled. It was scheduled for yesterday due to some health complications. That schedule will be announced later on, that rematch with Telos. We'd like to go ahead and thank St. Joseph for being so wonderful as to have us out here cover their amazing student athletes in this amazing, just beautiful campus. Let's go ahead, hear from the town of Laketown as we dip into the Laketown Ledger immediately after this quick break. Here on 98.3 The Wildlife and a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports on mylocalradio.com.
Success is no accident. It comes from constant hard work, perseverance, sacrifice, and learning from failure. Laketown Mayor Burdett Weston and council members Dallas Clark, Gary Ogilvie, Eldon Robinson, and Delora Wright encourage the Rich High Rebels to continue to do whatever it takes to succeed in academics, activities, and athletics. The Town Council and citizens of Laketown celebrate the success of all the students and staff in the Rich School District.
You're tuned in to Rich Rebel Sports on KADQ Evanston.
Welcome back, Rich Rebel fans, here to St. Joseph. The all-time record between these opponents in both the boys and the girls is 11-3. Rich leads 11-3. The last time these two teams met, the girls met back on the 17th of 2017. The boys met on February 11th, 2016. The boys won that matchup 68-47. Special thanks to the town of Laketown, T7 Propane, and Bear Lake Community Health Center for helping us stay on the air and keep all this going. The town of Laketown, Coach Burdett Weston, Mayor Burdett Weston as well, helps us out to keep these stats together, to keep everything going, and to take a look back as to the last time these teams met. It was a while ago, back in 2017, 2016, back when yours truly graduated high school. That was a hot minute ago. We're getting ready for tip-off in just a second. Our starting lineup here immediately after this quick break on a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports on 98.3 The Wildlife.
This presentation on mylocalradio.com is also brought to you in part by Hoover Chiropractic. With over 3 decades of experience, Dr. Todd Hoover can help you with all the chiropractic work you need. plus x-rays, blood work, a weight loss program, and can help you get rid of allergies and migraines. Dr. Todd Hoover with Hoover Chiropractic in Evanston.
Welcome back, Rich Rebel fans, as that was the rendition of the national anthem. We're getting ready now for the starting lineups. Here we go, our starting lineup. Nate Woods will be getting the start today.
Number 4, Riley Carrillo.
Riley Carrillo. Also, number 4, nothing changed so far, 2 seniors.
Number 15, Jaden Cornea.
Jaden Cornea, the sophomore, point guard, getting in some valuable minutes, has been an incredible veteran out onto the court. Justin Adams, buckwheat, will be starting today in replacement of Hayden Weston. Well, hopefully that his shoulder gets better. And, of course, Hunter Pace, the sharpshooter from beyond the arc, the junior, and just all-around skilled. Good to see these boys getting out onto the court. Here comes the starting lineup now for the St. Joseph Jayhawks, led by head coach Jamal Jenkins.
Gavin Wolf.
Gavin Wolf, the freshman, will be starting today for the Jayhawks.
Number 30, Hans Mortensen.
Hans Mortensen, the sophomore, as well.
Number 11, Ian Dirks.
Number 11, Ian Dirks, the senior.
Number 5, Cannon Randall.
Cannon Randall, the senior, also.
And number 3, Bjorn Cannon Martin.
Here we go, Bjorn Mortensen, the senior, as well. Got 2 Mortensens out there today. As we're getting ready for tip-off, we're going to go ahead and fix our camera, get everything up and going, dipping into live camera mode now as our starting lineups today on our Gary Tusher CPA pregame show. Welcome back, Rich Rebel fans. If you're just joining us here, we had a slight power outage out here in Ogden, Utah. 2 points scored by the Rich Rebels and a 3-pointer by Bjorn Mortensen here on the short corner on the near side. So now it is a 2-3 game. Here come the Rich Rebels trying to work it into Buckwheat as a foul is called underneath on the right block. That's going to go against the Jayhawks. Here comes a inbounds pass coming up out to Buckwheat on the far corner, short corner that is, back up to the top. Jaden Cornea steps inside, feeds to Carrillo, right-handed hook shot right in the lane. That one's good by Carrillo. 4 points now for the Rich Rebels, and here come the Jayhawks working their way across the timeline. This is Bjorn Mortensen. Mortensen working his way and dribbling with the right hand, now on the far side of the court, getting it way across, cross-court pass now to the baseline here for his brother. A 3 for the Jayhawks. That's off the front of the rim. Rebound by Jaden Cornea. The ball goes careening out of bounds. Last touched by the Jayhawks. That will go into the Rich Rebel bench. And now we have an inbounds pass coming up for the Rich Rebels. Granted, each of these inbound passes are brought to you by Mountain Valley Cattle Company, Eddie and Todd Jensen out of Thatcher, Idaho, wishing the Rebels good luck in all that they do. The Rich Rebels up 4-3, getting it out there on the right side wing to Nate Woods, feeding inside to Hunter Pace, who almost has it stripped away. He's going to try and put it up and inside. It's going to be taken away, intercepted by Mortensen. Keep in mind, that is Hans Mortensen. Now Bjorn Mortensen kicking out here. Another 3 for the Jayhawks. That one's off the front of the rim. Back up, try to be offensively tipped by the Jayhawks. That's by Dirks, but it does not go in. Here comes Pace feeding Carrillo, cutting inside. That's good. And a Independent Software Solutions timeout taken by Lex Cornea. The Rich Rebels currently up 6-3. Let's go ahead, take a quick break. As we come back, we'll go ahead and touch up as to what happened here on 98.3 and a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports.
Whether it's for your home, your ranch, your equipment, or your business, when you need propane, count on the best. T7 Propane in Woodruff. The safe and professional team at T7 Propane offers quality product and the most responsive propane service in the area, so you can enjoy the affordability, reliability, and efficiency of propane. For heating, cooking, grilling, motor fuel, and more, count on the team at T7 for your personal or business propane needs. 435-793-4208.
Welcome back, Rich Rebel fans. If you're just joining us, we apologize for the slight inconvenience. As soon as the tip-off was ready to go, the lights, everything went out here in the gym at St. Joseph. I thought that I had pushed a button, but it was not me, in fact. It was something outside of our control. The power came back on fairly quickly. Back into live camera, but before that, your new home in Bear Lake is one phone call away. Let's go ahead, call 435-946-8888. Bear Lake Realty. Find your new home in Bear Lake, your beautiful new home. Real estate is shooting up like it is crazy right now. Let Gary and Amber McKee be your guide. 4 minutes and 10 seconds left in the game. The Rich Rebels double the score of the Jayhawks right now, 6-3. A quick foul coming up against Noah Perry as he is checked into the game here. So out onto the floor, Perry, Carrillo, Pace, Nate Woods, and Jaden Cornea. Cornea and Woods at the top of the 2-3 zone here. Nate on the left and Cornea on the right. Mortensen kicking out there to the right side wing. Here we go, getting it back out. Here's Dirks. Dirks driving, 1-2 step into the lane, up with the right hand, and good. Answered with some points. The Jayhawks only one score away, one possession, 1 point. A 5-3 lead. A 5-6 lead for the Rich Rebels. Here's Hunter Pace driving into the lane, getting it out to Noah Perry, outside on the block. Here's a 3 from Pace. He's going to leave that one short, rebounded by Bjorn Mortensen. Long pass way up the floor, and a secondary cut here on the right side, thought about by the Jayhawks. Instead, back out to the top for Mortensen. Thought about giving it out there to Gavin Wolf, the freshman. In the lane, Ian Dirks trying to set up the screen. Here is a 2-3 zone by the Rich Rebels, and a 3 coming up for the Jayhawks. This rolls around the rim, and it is followed. Offensive rebound and a tip back by Bjorn Mortensen. They're up 7-6 here with 3 minutes left here in the first quarter. Our first quarter today. Here comes a steal by the Jayhawks. West Coast and coast to coast. A huge block by Hunter Pace in the paint. Mortensen getting it out there and kicking it out there to the left. Jaden Cornea with the good hustle play. Nate Woods now nowhere to go. Up with the right hand, misses the layup. Noah Perry with the offensive rebound, and he puts it back up and in. So crazy sequence of events. Now 8-7 with 2.5 minutes left here in the first quarter. Dirks on the far short corner, drives against Carrillo with the right hand, kicks it back out. Here's a 3. This one's air ball, nothing but air on that one. Offensive rebound by the Jayhawks. Jaden Cornea wrestling and kicking it back up to Carrillo on his back. Here comes Noah Perry kicking it out to Hunter Pace with the right-handed layup on the fast break. That one's good. 10-7. Good gravy. This is some fast basketball. Gavin Wolf and company coming out here. Here's Dirks, 1-on-1 against Carrillo. He leaves that one long. off of the fast break layup with the right hand coming on the left side. Hunter Pace with the basketball, crosses the timeline, gives it back to Cornea, who's going to kick it out to the left for Nate Woods. Nate looks inside to Carrillo, instead passes it around the horn, driving inside, and then deflected right at the free throw line, and a long pass from Mortensen trying to lead his teammate Cannon Randall, the senior. That's out of his reach. That ball will go out of bounds underneath the Rich Rebel basket. Wow, breakneck speed from each team as each of these respective teams, they want to score fast. Jamal Jenkins, head coach of the Jayhawks, out there on the sideline coaching up his kids. Another 2-3 zone implemented by the Jayhawks. So each team getting to that zone defense. Trey Walker has checked into the game. Cornea getting it into Carrillo, right-handed jumper right on the right elbow. Off to the right, rebounded and fielded there by Tyler Aurora. Here comes Mortensen leading the charge and getting his offense set up. Kicking out here to the right for Wolf. Wolf gets the screen from Dirks. Back out to the right. Mortensen for three on the left hand. That one's off the front of the rim. Rebound, Hunter Pace. Getting it quickly up the floor. Jaden Cornea with the right hand. Rolls around the rim. No good. Offensive rebound by Trey Walker, who gets fouled on the arm going up there to try and clean up. 51 seconds left here in the first. It has been incredibly fast and a running clock as Trey Walker will head to the line for two shots. Bear Lake Realty free throws. First one up for Walker. He's going to break it off the back iron. No good on that first attempt. Carrillo has come out and Hoffman has come in. So we got Pace, Cornea, Perry, Walker, and Hoffman in right now as Trade knocks down the second attempt. An 11-7 lead now for the Rebels. Mortensen facing a full court press from the Rebels, kicks it way out to the front, and the press is broken by the Jayhawks, and then trying to feed it down on the left block. A pass from Dirks to Wolf will go off of his fingertips and out of bounds. A turnover. Here come the Rich Rebels going the other way across the timeline. 35 seconds left here in the first quarter. An 11-7 lead. Cornea jabs left. Kicks it out there to the left for Pace. Slow. Perry with the jumper on the left-handed elbow. That's going to be too long. Rebound by Dirks. 22 seconds left in this first quarter. Bjorn Mortensen, primary ball handler, splitting the defense up at the top near the halfway point. Near half court and backs it right back out. Mortensen holding it out probably for the last shot. 5 seconds left in the first quarter. Here comes a thought about three on the left-handed wing. 3 seconds left here. No shot off as good defense implemented by the Rich Rebels to trap Cannon Randall, the senior, out on the left wing, and he had to go all the way back out to the front and up to the top of the half court, and he heaved that one in desperation, not before the time went out. Let's go ahead. End of one, 7-11, a Rich Rebel lead here in St. Joseph against the Jayhawks. Thank you for joining us here on 98.3 The Wildlife, as well as on mylocalradio.com. Let's go ahead, take a quick break on a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports on 98.3 The Wildlife.
Now you've got a safe and secure place to store your boat, RV, ATVs, and other vehicles right in town. T-Bar Body Shop offers storage for just $35 per month. Long and short-term storage options are available. Of course, T-Bar Body Shop also offers custom body work when you have an accident. We work with your insurance directly and get the job done right. T-Bar Body Shop offers a wide range of services. Stop in today and see all the ways T-Bar can serve you. 515 County Road, Evanston. Let T-Bar fix your car.
Welcome back here to the beginning of the second quarter. The Rich Rebels hold on to a 4-point lead, 11-7, and it has been an eventful first quarter and it was even eventful before the beginning of the tip-off, really. As we're here in the second quarter. Our second quarter today is going to be brought to you by Stacy's Repair in Woodruff. When you need a repair, take it to the ones who truly care. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff. So before the game even started, they switched up. We were expecting the girls to play first. Turns out it wasn't the girls. Here comes a fast break from Cornea after the steal from Mortensen. Going to be whacked out onto the arm, and he's going to fly into the bags the wrestling mat or the padding behind the back of the rim as he was fouled on the arm. Left his feet, went way into the back. He's going to be shooting 2. So we had a power outage. We had a switch of schedule, and now we are finally back into it. The Rebels up by 4 against the Jayhawks. Cornea with his first attempt. That one's going to be too far. Rattle around the rim and out. No good on the first free throw attempt. Out here in beautiful Ogden, Utah, facing the St. Joseph Jayhawks. Second attempt for Cornea. That one's up and good. Good work from Cornea as he puts that one away. 12-7 now here in the second quarter, brought to you by Stacy's Repair. Here come the Jayhawks on offense, getting into Mortensen, who cuts right back to the inbound here. Hunter Pace getting his hands up into the air is going to deflect that ball, kicking it back out to Pace on the right side, who puts it in for Carrillo. He's going to get fouled on the arm going up. Another pair of shooting attempts coming up, free throws for Riley Carrillo. As we've had a couple fouls here. The Rich Rebels have not shot perfectly from the line as they're shooting about 50% here. Here's Riley Carrillo with his first attempt of the day. 7.5 minutes left here. That one's going to be too far. No, that will be good. It will bounce high up into the rafters, almost to the top of the backboard. I thought it was going to be rattling out, but it did not. Drops back into the bucket, 13-7 for the Rebels. Riley Carrillo with the second attempt. This one up and good, not quite as dramatic for the theatrics as that one just kind of swooshes in. 14-7, a 7-point lead for the Rich Rebels as we're here in St. Joseph. Another quick timeout, and we'll go ahead and take it on a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel basketball on mylocalradio.com.
You rely on your vehicle every day. Make sure your ride gets the best service, repairs, and maintenance possible. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff provides the highest quality, the latest technology, and the newest equipment to give your vehicle the absolute best auto care available. Family owned and operated since 1992, your friends at Stacy's Repair promise to always deliver value and outstanding, honest, and knowledgeable service, regardless of repair size or difficulty. Stacy's Repair, the ones who truly care.
Back into the second quarter of action between the Rich Rebels and the St. Joseph Jayhawks. If you don't know, head coach Jamal Jenkins of the Jayhawks will be in his third season as the head coach for the Jayhawks. Jenkins, a former Weber State basketball player in the early 2000s, says that he just loves to coach and loves to teach, and he's in the right place to do it. He is dedicated to helping the girls and the boys program, for he is the coach of both. He's been here all afternoon. The boys and the girls, JV, varsity, JV, anything really. He's in the middle of it, trying to teach these kids playing basketball and to be good people. Beautiful campus out here in Ogden, Utah, St. Joseph, and the full court press implemented by the Rich Rebels. Mortensen waving people off, trying to get some space, kicks it back out here to Wolf. Wolf picks up his dribble, kicks it out here to his teammate up to the front. Mortensen feeding to his brother, Hans. That one's up with the left hand and good. Good feed from Mortensen to Mortensen. 9-14. Randall also there. Nate Woods up to the top and kicking it out to the left for Trey Walker. Trey has it stolen away, deflected by Randall. Randall the senior, and then back out to Hans. Hans to Bjorn. Bjorn at the very top. Gets it out there to Wolf. Wolf dribbles with his left hand, working against Nate Woods. A little dribble handoff, and Randall spins up at the very top, gets it out there to Hans. Hans back up to Bjorn at the very top of the arc. Bjorn blows past Hoffman, but that layup no good as it rattles around and is rebounded by Carrillo. Nate Woods now with the ball, setting up into the half-court offense. Turns to his coach, gets the play call. Nate thought about right, goes left to Hoffman. Hoffman picks up his dribble, looks back to Pace. Pace at the very top of the arc, dribbles with his right hand, waves off Woods, gets it into Trey Walker. Trey has the ball stripped away by Wolf, but then Hoffman is back to bail him out. Trey Walker driving inside. It's going to get the and one call, right-handed layup off the glass. That one's going to be on Hans Mortensen. 16-9 and a chance for a three-point play for Trey Walker as Buckwheat comes in to relieve Hoffman. Hoffman and Justin Adams will be taking over quite a bit of minutes as Hayden Weston sustained an injury last week with a shoulder separation and a concussion. Trey completes the three-point play. That one's nothing but net. 6 minutes and 15 seconds left here in the second quarter, brought to you by Stacy's Repair. Bjorn with new faces into the game. We see Tyler Arroyo and a foul called on a driving Mortensen. Before the shot here, it's going to be an inbound underneath the basket. The Jayhawks on offense. Cornea coming in for pace. Here comes the inbound for the Jayhawks, getting into the lane. Bjorn gets stripped away, and Buckwheat comes up with the ball. Back over to Nate Woods, who goes quickly across the timeline, kicking out to the left. Carrillo thought about the three, drives inside, floats it into the lane, rolls it in off the left hand of the iron, and off his right hand, that one's going to roll up and in. Carrillo with the most points in the game so far right now, as he's up at 7. Pass from Bjorn will go between the legs of Arroyo and into the Rebel bench, and that will be a turnover. Here comes Carrillo with the Mound Valley Cattle Company inbounds pass. Those points in the paint by Carrillo brought to you by Plains Tire. That's tires, wheels, maintenance, all with a smile. Here comes the Rich Rebels now again on offense. Carrillo on the short corner on the far side, dribbling it in. Carrillo with the right hand. That one's long, left long, and that's going to be a rebound by Dirks. Dirks with the outlet. Decides to keep it himself, gets it out there to Randall. Randall with the right hand, dribbles around on the left-hand wing, needs to be bailed out. Back up to Bjorn at the top. Bjorn, V. Woods. Bjorn with the left hand and up. He had a good lane. That one's just off the glass too hard. Here's Nate Woods back the other way in transition. Nate has it poked away, and it goes careening out to the very top of the half-court line, and Nate Woods able to reel it back in again. Kicks it out there to Trey Walker. Trey with the right hand, driving inside. Has to be bailed out to Carrillo. Carrillo gets whacked. No call here as the ball goes careening out of bounds. That will go to the Jayhawks. Good defense by the Jayhawks. Staying strong as Carrillo has a height advantage on everybody on the court, it seems like. Inbounds coming in. Here is Tyler Arroyo going into Randall. Randall, that ball deflected. Cornea up with the right hand, and a quick 2 points for Cornea off of the turnover. 21-9. Cornea with more points. Randall driving with his right hand down the baseline here on the near side, and Nate Woods is going to step in front of him, get a blocking call. Nate did not establish position in front of the offensive player who had the right of way there, and that will be his first personal foul. 4:42 left here in the second quarter, brought to you by Stacy's Repair. Haven't seen very many My Local Radio 3s from the Rich Rebels. We've seen a few from the Jayhawks. Here comes Dirks with the right-hand floater. That one off the backboard and in. Good work from Dirks. And now back to a 10-point lead. Deficit cut into a little bit here. Cornea almost picks up his dribble foot, kicks it out there to Hoffman on the right side. Cornea, a little bit of a floater in the lane. That one is too far. Offensive rebound. Riley Carrillo cleans that up off the glass, right-handed in. Carrillo with 9 points here, I believe, here. Bjorn getting past the defense, working against Carrillo. Almost has the ball thrown out of bounds. He's in the short corner, has to kick it way out there. Back up to the top for Randall. Randall here out to Arroyo. Back to Bjorn. Bjorn working against Cornea. Rich Rebel defense, stout. 2-3 defense. Bjorn bounces it off his foot, gets it onto the ground. Here comes a jump ball call. Good work by Mortensen to get back on the ball after he dribbled it off of his foot, and the possession arrow will go with the Rich Rebels. Buckwheat is going to check out. Noah Perry checks in. A 12-point lead for the Rich Rebels after the cleanup by Riley Carrillo. Offensive rebounds. Rebounding has been huge here in the first half as the Rich Rebels have been able to get a couple second chance looks at some missed shots, able to put it back into the basket, put it away, and that has led to a little bit of a substantial lead here with about 3.5 minutes left here in the second quarter. Before halftime, a steal by Randall up and high, and a left-handed layup by the Jayhawks just caught underneath the basket too far. No good by Gavin Wolf. come the Rich Rebels getting it inside. Carrillo has a little bit of space, kicks it out to the right side. Jumper off the back iron, up into the air, and drops in by Noah Perry. 25-11. Rich Rebels in the lead. Here comes Bjorn. Bjorn kicking it out there to Arroyo off of his hands, and a quick turnaround. Hoffman up with the right hand, and a fast break points again. Hoffman getting back onto the board as a point scored, 27-11. Rich advantage. Bjorn here working against Cornea on the right side, far out from the arc, gets a screen from Hans. Hans kicks it out here to Randall. 3 from Randall, right off the front of the iron, no good. Offensive rebound by the Jayhawks, and a jump ball as Hoffman able to hop on that one just as quickly as Gavin Wolf was, and we get a little bit of a substitution here into the game. Daniel Smith, the freshman. Have not seen him this year for the Rich Rebels. He's out here guarding the inbound by Randall. Bjorn just gets it out of the reach of Cornea, goes into the lane. Hans working against Carrillo. Fadeaway jumper, no good. Bjorn with the offensive rebound, up and good. And one for Bjorn Mortensen. That is just a hustle play. Great effort by the point guard. And from what I can see, just an absolute stud of an athlete for St. Joseph in Bjorn Mortensen. 13 now to 27. Rich still in the lead, led in scoring by Riley Carrillo. Riley now with 13 points. David Smith, Pace, Perry, Carrillo, and Cornea out onto the floor. Mortensen rolls in for the three-point play. That one's good. 14-27. Rich holding on to the lead. Feeding into Riley Carrillo up with the right hand, kicks it out for Pace for 3. That one's good, knocks it home, and a My Local Radio 3 for Hunter Pace. Breaking the 30-point mark. Hunter Pace, huge three-pointer, and I believe the first one of the game. Bjorn Mortensen getting a double screen here, and it seemed as though that Ian Dirks kind of leaned into that screen, and it's going to be a offensive foul on the screen for Dirks, and a turnover. Cornea now working up against the Jayhawks, kicking it out here to Smith. Smith with the right hand, back up to the top for Pace. We're getting quite a bit of pressure from the Jayhawks. Pace cutting into the lane. That one's high off the glass, and a rebound by Mortensen. But somehow Riley Carrillo able to wrestle it away, puts it up with the right hand, and good. 15 points for Riley Carrillo. Mortensen working up against Cornea. Kicks it out there to the left. A jumper for the Jayhawks just off the front of the rim. Rebound, David Smith, the freshman, kicking it out to Cornea. Cornea's got a little bit of a lane. He feeds to Noah Perry on the right side block. Back out to the top. Smith thought about the 3, drives in the lane. Floater up and good. Teardrop from David Smith, the freshman. 34-14 and a 20-point lead now for the Rich Rebels. Bjorn settles the crowd down a little bit, tells everybody to calm down. We got to get back into this. Kicks it out there on the left side wing to Gavin Donovan. Back out to the right side. This is Dirks driving into the lane, and a foul right on the arm. That's on Noah Perry. Good aggressive move by Dirks as he drove from the right side, dribbled with his left hand into the lane, went up with his right. He's going to get caught on the arm. Noah Perry with his first personal foul. Chance for 2 points with 57 seconds left before halftime. Ian Dirks. That one's up and good. This Jayhawks team going very, very fast. They are coached by Jamal Jenkins, who is trying to keep them under wrap. He's trying to calm them a little bit here, as it seems as though everybody's just high energy. The clock is running, and everything seems to be going very fast. Off the back iron, no good. Up to the top of the floor, out to Cornea. Cornea already in space. Puts it up with the right hand. Bjorn Mortensen with the defensive rebound off the miss from Cornea. Going all the way. Thought about giving it to Randall on the left side. He's trying to fit it through a tiny, tiny window that will go off of a Rich Rebel player. We're underneath the basket here of the Rich Rebels. Up to the top. Trey Walker bumps. Dirks just got him with the body there, and that will not be 1-1. Each team has given 6 fouls so far up until this point. The next foul for either team will send the other to the charity stripe for 1-1 opportunities. Instead, we're getting an inbound pass right in front of the Rich Rebel bench on the far side, kicking it back out to Bjorn Mortensen at the very top. They're going from left to right on your radio dial here with about 40 seconds left in the game. In the first half, apologies. Mortensen for 3, pulled that one up, looked good, but that one's just left a little bit long. Cornea with the outlet from Carrillo kicks it out to Hunter Pace. Pace bouncing it off of a Mortensen knee. That's Bjorn taking it right on the left knee. That will go careening out of bounds into the stands. And a Mound Valley Cattle Company inbound coming up as Trey Walker will stand near the St. Joseph High cheer squad and get it in on the short corner for Hunter Pace. Dirks with the body up against Hunter Pace. And as we said before, this is going to be a 1-on-1 opportunity for Hunter Pace as he was bumped by Dirks. First time at the 1-on-1, this has been a fairly fast and clean game by each team. A little bit different than what we saw at the Bridger Valley tournament as fouls galore as Pace goes off of the right iron, and it's going to be collected by the Jayhawks. Bjorn with the ball, putting up his finger, calling in the offense. 15 seconds left in the game. Gets a screen out to the left. Cornea works through the screen. Trey Walker trying to get in there to pit pocket Bjorn Mortensen, and a 1-on-1 opportunity coming up as Trey, just a little bit too aggressive, whacked Bjorn on the arm.